Okay, so today, instead of talking about how I kind of failed my project, I wanted to actually talk about something important to me, which is film. Can you go to the next slide? So my dad works at this movie theater right here. It's called the Redford, and it's in Redford, Michigan. And I grew up watching movies there, and like that's where I learned everything about film. Can you go to the next slide? And film influenced like photography, and I'm in a program called CISD, and I travel the world. I went with Jackson and Nick actually, and most of these pictures are from Finland and Austria, and those two are in above Amsterdam, I think. And yeah, and I want to talk about some films. Next slide, please. So you can watch some films for entertainment, like any Adam Sandler movie and SpongeBob. You can also learn a lot of things in movies. Next slide. Saving Private Ryan is a movie made in 1998 about saving a paratrooper, and it stars Tom Hanks, and it has Matt Damon and more characters. And it teaches you how harsh the war is, and how your ancestors were, and what they went through, just for you guys. Next slide. The Royal Tenenbaums is a 2001 comedy by Wes Anderson, and I really like this film actually. And it teaches you about how family is very important, and you should always cherish your family. It stars people like Ben Stiller, Owen Wilson, Bill Murray, and Alec Baldwin. Next slide. These two movies, Shawshank Redemption and Forrest Gump, are two very, very good movies. And Shawshank Redemption was nominated for 7 Academy Awards, and Forrest Gump won 6, actually. And Shawshank Redemption is about two imprisoned men bonded over a number of years, finding well, it's basically about them in prison, and they go through a lot of drama. And then Forrest Gump is about his whole entire life, and it's basically on one bench, like right there, but he's actually talking about his whole entire life. And what these two are, what I think they're teaching me about, is actually how you should make the most out of what you have. Because both of them, they don't have much, but they make the most out of it. Next slide. 2001 Space Odyssey is a movie about humanity finding a mysterious, obviously artificial object buried beneath the lunar surface. And within a computer that kind of looks like a red eye, it's not up there, but it sets them on a quest, and they go, it's made in 1968, but it started in 2001, and it teaches us what we think might be in the future for us, and it's really interesting. Next slide. Quentin Tarantino is a very famous actor. He made a lot of movies like Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, and Inglourious Basterds, and he likes to bring in old things and actually make them new and fresh. So he has a very special trait for that. And he also does these things where he puts the camera inside the trunk, and then they open the trunk. He was the first one to kind of do that. And then he doesn't put stuff in chronological order sometimes. So he might put stuff that's after it, and then put the stuff that actually happened after that. It's very confusing to explain. Wes Anderson is, he has a lot of traits. He likes that symmetry that's right there. It's really hard to see because it's very blurry. But he likes using a lot of colors too. And he made films like Fantastic Mr. Fox, Grand Budapest Hotel, and like Rushmore, and a lot more films. And he likes to sneak himself into the movie, and same with Quentin Tarantino. You can find him in all sorts of their movies. Next slide. Alfred Hitchcock is one of my dad's favorite directors. My dad actually knows everything about film, so if that's his favorite, that means he's very good. And he shows exactly what's going through his head. Like, he puts everything that he thinks of right on the script, and then they present it all. It's perfectly what happens. And he talks about his fears. Like, he had a fear of birds, so he actually made a movie called The Birds, and it's about a bunch of birds attacking humans, basically. And then he also talks about how he doesn't like the police, but that's in a lot. That's like short parts in the movies. And he actually makes his own cameo appearances too. Like in a movie called The Lifeboat, he actually fitted himself in there somehow. He wasn't one of the characters, but he was in a newspaper about like a workout thing, and he's kind of got like a big belly, so it was like a before and after, and he was in the before. Next slide. John Hughes is a very good director, and he made The Breakfast Club and Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which you guys probably know. And he likes to talk about not adults, but actually like teenagers, and talk about how diversity and stuff. And also, I think that Cameron, actually the guy in the Red Wings shirt there, he teaches a lot about, he teaches more than Ferris Bueller does because his parents are very strict, and he gets through the day by doing that. Next slide. And then sometimes films can take you around the world, so different places. And City of God is actually in Rio. It's about a street gang, and there's like 2 kids in it. And then Casablanca is in Casablanca. Next slide. Be quiet, Christian. Biographies are a thing too. And this is a movie called When We Were Kings, and it's about Muhammad Ali. And I thought I could put this in here. I was gonna put a biography about Ronaldo, but that's really stupid. I thought this was better for the time since he died a few days ago. And it's basically a documentary about how he did a fight against Joe Louis, and it's called The Rumble in the Jungle. And I basically talked about all these movies just because they bring a whole new aspect on everything. And aspects really matter because you can go into their shoes and see what's going on with them if it's that realistic. And they can teach you a lot. And yeah, that's all.